It's Christmas season, and that means I'm on the hunt for the retro game level that is the most Christmassy of all. I'm the Play It Again Pastor, and today I'm exploring the Iceman stage in Mega Man for the NES. Mega Man 2 is the Mega Man game I remember playing over and over as a kid. I actually didn't revisit the original Mega Man until much later in life, as weirdly enough, it wasn't one of the store rentals my brother and I usually gravitated towards. But when I finally did play the original Mega Man, I was definitely excited about a whole new selection of boss robots to fight. One of the unique features of any Mega Man game is the bosses, and how their particular skill or weapon set influences the design of an entire level. Even though many Mega Man levels throughout the original 6 games for the NES have similar designs and mechanics, the first Mega Man may be one of the harder ones because you don't have later features such as the charge-up blaster and the slide move to help you on your way. All you've got is your jump and that trusty blaster to get you through. So, of course, seeing as this is a hunt for Christmassy levels, I had to revisit the Iceman stage to see where it landed on the Christmas meter of Christmasness. The Iceman stage is not overly complicated, and it starts out with a generic run, jump, shoot enemies section to warm you up, or is that cool you down? I don't actually know. The enemy robots here in the opening are not really themed to the ice, but there are some robot penguins flying at you near the end of this section, so there's a Christmas point, as at this point in my Christmas retro video game level search, whales and penguins seem to be a common theme. Once you drop down the shaft, you come to the first of 2. Yes, 2 dreaded disappearing block sections. These 2 sections are made even worse by the enemy on the bottom that reminds me of those little robots running around the Death Star in episode 4, A New Hope. That enemy on the ground moves faster when you're on the ground with it, and it moves slower when you're above it. So as you're learning the pattern and where to jump on these block sections that keep disappearing, you have the potential of falling and gaining a ton of damage if you're not careful. Once you've discovered the way through, you're on then to the chasm with floating robots that move so randomly it is near impossible to predict where they are going. Thankfully, these robots do not have that ice slip that the rest of the level surfaces have, so you land and you stay there when you do. Penguin robots make a return visit when you come to the second section of floating robots, and unless you're constantly shooting, you are bound to be knocked off by one of those pesky South Pole birds that actually don't fly. So I'm not sure why they're flying in this game exactly. Anyway, after you probably miss the 1-up, but probably make it into the section with health and weapon refills, there's one large robot that's easy enough to slip under before the tunnel leading to Iceman. Iceman's attacks are pretty simple. He jumps and throws ice flows in sequences of 3. Staying against the wall and jumping over the first and last of the ice is the best method of making it past him if you only have the blaster equipped. However, if you've already visited Elecman, you can use the Thunder Beam weapon on Iceman to finish him off more quickly. Okay, so on to the Christmas rankings here. So there's snow, so check. And if we count those penguins that fly, sure, as Christmassy-ish, then you've got another point. However, I do want to point out these snowy palm trees back at the very beginning of the stage because those are my favorite part of this level. Let's call them Christmas palm trees, so there's another point. Even in this Mega Man game from 1987, the graphics are crisp and clean. Not as detailed as later NES Mega Man games, but good enough. And at the end of the day though, Iceman stage is like another dip into the Christmas ice water, but just not enough to get me in that Christmas mode. So I'm giving the Iceman stage in Mega Man a 15% brightness on Rudolph's red nose. Definitely not going to get you through the snowstorm on Christmas Eve, but it'll at least light up the ground when you're looking for a dropped Christmas chestnut. So we're still on the hunt for that Christmas level that will bring joy, peace, and happiness for the coming new year of game releases.